everybody, it's Jules here with Beanie.
Hello.
And welcome back to another episode of the Monday Night Wah, set in the one and only Brobna. And we have a super special battle report for you today because we are once again going to the world of boarding actions as I bring a Chaos Incursion right to the Imperium's doorstep because I'm playing Chaos Demons going against Beanie's mighty Imperial Fists / Yellow Scars.
That's right.
That's right. So here we are on another Gulodank-inspired boarding actions board. And who baby, what a crazy place it is, because look at this, all that chaos warping has started to affect the actual terrain over here. Definitely not just because it was poorly put together in a rush. But today we are playing Drastic Defense. Beanie has got to basically survive against the endless tide of Chaos Demonettes that are on his doorstep, because I will be deploying along this side of the board and making my way through this horrifying ship of horrible horrors. Now, Beanie, on the other hand, has to stop me from claiming these objective points here, because for every single one that I control and that there are no Imperium units within 1 inch of, it gets removed from the battlefield, and it counts as being overrun by chaos. Beanie just has one mission and one mission only: to defend those objective points and to eradicate the chaos horde in front of them. At the end of the battle, we'll tally up how many objectives have been removed and how many remain on the board, and go for a score of 30 VP for each objective marker that remains on the battlefield, and 30 VP that is taken off. It's such an arbitrary number because they're both the same. It may as well be one. Like, it's so bizarre.
I wish it was 32, if I'm honest.
You know what? For this battle, we're going to say it's 32 points for that because it means absolutely nothing. Now, there are some other deployment rules that Beanie has here. At the beginning of the battle, he will be able to select one objective marker and remove it from play immediately. It does not count as being overrun by chaos. It just means that he's erected some defenses, and it's basically just like making sure that I know I said the word right.
You said
I know
erected.
I said the word right. You basically just get to keep me from claiming some of those for my chaosy gods. The other thing is that Beanie can deploy around these objectives here in 2 squares at a time, as is shown by this lovely little diagram over here. And he has 2 backup deployment zones there for any strategic reserves that come into the game later on, but they can only be deployed at the very back over there. So whether or not he wants to use that, well, that's up to him. But for now, let's go meet the armies. And it's gonna be quite a lot of bodies, let's just put it that way. So here we are with Beanie's boarding strike, boarding action, boarding party.
We do.
Tell us all about this, my friend. I have not seen these models in a long, long while, and I'm very happy to see them.
They've been living in a box for quite some time, so today I thought I'd bring the Astartes, and with my boarding strike, I have 2 lieutenants running the field.
Yeah, you do.
The one who's definitely eating his Weetabix and is bigger than the other is going to be the Warlord.
Yep.
And he is going to have the Clavitine Reliquary or something.
Yeah, it's got a really funny name just because it's like, okay, I've never heard that word before. But what it does is actually quite useful. It means that Beanie can operate a hatchway as he's moving after being selected for a normal or advanced order. So that means that he can move through, open a hatchway, and keep on moving, which is pretty damn neato.
Yes, it is very nice. And he has the Storm Shield and the Power Sword combo. And then the other lieutenant over here who just...
Smaller.
He is small. Yeah, he doesn't have any fancy gear, but he's got a mastercrafted bolt gun and a mastercrafted power weapon, which is that tiny little nub of a chainsword on the end of his weapon.
Known to his friends as Big Jim over here.
That's exactly his name, how do you know? And to accompany these 2 titans of the Imperium, we have 2 squads of intercessors.
Oh yeah, never leave home without them.
Both with power fists, and each have a grenade launcher in there, so should be quite nice and quite helpful. Then at the back left, we have some Blade Guard veterans who will be with the Warlords today, protecting him and stabbing people in the name of the Emperor. And then on the right is some sweet aggressors with Flamestorm gauntlets, which is particularly nice in a boarding action versus demons.
Yes, it's not a good time to be a toughness 3 model with a very low save against these flamers, but I shall try my best. Hopefully they'll just run out of fuel before they do anything there.
I'm sure I can roll a couple of 1s.
Indeed you can. But you also gain your Oath of Moment ability still for this army rule as well, so that means that you'll be picking a target and getting reroll hits against them, which is also very neato indeed.
Yeah, that's a good point. Do you think I will be getting the +1 to wound?
You will not, because it is as written for boarding actions. They have slightly different rules. It just says Oath of Moment remains, but it is listed as it only has these effects here.
Well, that's both poo and
wee.
Yes.
Indeed, indeed.
Yes. Oh, and my other ability is that if I'm stood on one side of a hatch and you're stood on the other side of a hatch, I can get sustained hits from my shooting.
Which is nice.
Yeah, it's cool. I just don't see it coming up very often, but I like to know it's there.
Yeah, with the like sort of visibility and not being able to shoot through your own men at targets, it means you should only really get like 2 people being able to shoot. But still, it's a limited amount of bodies, so it's always good. Anyway, right, let's go meet the Chaos Incursion. So here we are with my Chaos Demonette army, lovingly painted for me by my good friend Joe, who has done a fantastic job of bringing all of these sexy demonettes to life, and I have 30 of them today, which sounds great until you remember that boarding actions makes you split parties of 10 down to parties of 5. So that means I'm going to have a lot of units running around the board with not many wounds at all. But each of them is kitted out with an instrument of chaos and also an icon of chaos, which means I have better leadership across the board and also +1 to my advance and charge rolls. They are headed up by the lone operative, believe it or not, the Mask of Slaanesh over here, who will be able to dish out +1 to wound or -1 wounding against friendly units when they select a target when it comes to combat or when they're within their range. Now, one thing that is going to help me get through the heavily armoured Space Marines around here is that I have devastating wounds on pretty much every single model here, but that is counteracted by the fact I have no shooting in this army whatsoever. I do, however, have 3 Fiends over here that are pretty terrifying, and while they do lose their Sophoric Musk ability of being able to -1 to hit rolls and things like that on enemies, they do keep their Barbarous Claws, 5 attacks apiece, strength 5 -2, 2 damage.
So the Mastercrafted Power Swords?
They ain't that bad, I'll tell you that much. And a movement of 12, that is the most important thing here.
Slow.
Now, my army rule has changed here. I no longer have the Shadow of Chaos, but instead I have a bubble of 7 inches around all of my models, and that if you are within that 7 inches, I can declare you as a target of a charge, even though I might not be able to see you, which is very useful when you pair it with another one-time use stratagem this army has of being able to phase through walls and other models itself as if they were not there. Oh yeah, so I'm quick, I'm deadly, and I can shift through reality itself, but will I have the staying power against all of them gosh dang flamers over there? Let's find out as we get set up and ready for battle. So here we are after deployment, and because Beanie was warned by the prognosticars of our arrival, or the astropaths, or some
Prognosticar works.
Yeah, fair enough. I always look to Beanie when I just say something that is kindly like Warhammer 40K term related and just go, is this the right sort of thing? And he has used this power to take away the objective that was here before, mean that it cannot be overrun by chaos, and he has put both of his leaders over here to make sure that that objective acts as a brick wall to my progression through this ship. At the back we have the other squad of intercessors and the aggressors holding the other objective at the back here, and if he wanted to, with his tactical actions, he can secure that site for both sides, meaning they'll be under his control and then can advance forward through the ship to get me. Not that it counts anyway, because of the holding points doesn't calculate for anything in terms of objectives, but just still, you could do that if you wanted to. Over on this side, the swarm, the throng song of chaos over here is very much in effect. I've got the Mask of Slaanesh. I've got 2 squads of 5 here. The squad of the Fiends. 2 more squads of 5, another 2 more squads of 5. Breaking them up is breaking my tiny little heart, because when they're running up the board into flamers that are doing, what is it, 3d6 plus 1 auto hits.
Yeah, so 3d6 plus 3, so we're looking at a max of 21 hits.
Well, I've only got 5 bodies to defend against. That's gonna sting, son. But there we go, that has been our deployment, so now we're going to roll to see who gets turn 1. Beanie Boy, join me at the dice tray. I roll a fantastic Slaaneshian 2, and you get a 4, meaning that you will get first turn.
I didn't want first turn.
As we go into the drastic defense of the Gulodank. So here we are at the end of Beanie's turn 1, and it was an incredibly short turn because all he did was move 1 unit and set everyone else to Overwatch. So the leader with his Blade Guard unit moved forward to this hatchway to stop me from just basically advancing forward, smashing through the doors and then getting them in combat, and has told these guys at the back, these intercessors, to brace for the Chaos Incursion and has set them to Overwatch as indicated by this lovely Live and Let's Dice. Over on the back field over there, these 2 units, stoic as ever, are just waiting and listening for the stomping of claws and scratching of the horrible horned feet, because it is now turn 1 for the Chaos Demons. So here we are at the end of my turn 1 movement, and there has been a lot of it because of my heavy advance rolls that I got across the board here, which is pretty nice indeed. I've got 1 unit of Demonettes over here that are by this hatchway. They're not going to open it because that would allow Beanie to just basically walk up and torch them. But I am opening this hatchway over here, and I'm opening this hatchway over here once I storm the corridors through with a huge mighty advance roll. Now, Beanie will get to do Overwatch with these 2 guys here who can see the Demonettes, which he'll do in a second. But this is the real deal over here, and that is the Fiends that are trying to open this hatchway to engage this squad over here. Now, I know that that is Beanie's Warlord and that he is a mighty force to be reckoned with, but if I do open the door here, neither of us count as having a charge bonus. It does mean that Beanie will be able to fight first, but only these 2 front guys will be able to fight my Fiends at the front, and those 2 will be able to fight back. So we will see how that goes, and even whether or not I can open the thing there. So what we'll do is we'll roll off to see if I open that hatchway now. It is my toughness versus your toughness. I'm toughness 5, your toughness 4, so I add +1 effectively to my dice roll, which is a 2, and oh, I do open it just! But that does mean that we are in very sultry combat. I'll put it ajar, but we just know that it's open there.
When is a door not a door? When it's a jar!
Indeed, indeed. So that is all of my movement done. Beanie will now shoot his 2 shots from these guys here.
4 shots.
4 shots coming in against the Demonettes, hitting on 6s. Normal Overwatch rules apply. Nada. Okay, so all the Overwatch is done on that front there. So now it is time for the charge/fight phase. No one I can charge, can't advance and charge with these ones over here. Already in combat, and everything else is gummed up or out of range for my bubble. So we're straight away into the fight phase, which is pretty gnarly indeed. And at the start, the Mask of Slaanesh is going to point their finger over at this squad over here and say, you, my friends, have -1 to wound against these fiends over here, making it that little more difficult. Beanie, however, does have the Oath of Moment on these fiends, so that means he's going to be re-rolling all hits first with his Warlord and 1 of his Blade Guard veterans. So, how many attacks for the Blade Guard vets, or are you doing the Warlord first?
Warlord first. So it's 5 attacks, hitting on 2s, re-rolling, and lethal hits on the 6s.
Indeed they are, baby. A very nice smattering there, and 2 lethals straight out of the gate. Not bad at all, re-rolling that 1. Into a 3. Now, this is going to be strength 5 on toughness 5, so we'll be 4s, but -1 to wound, so 5s to wound.
It will be 5s to wound.
Indeed it shall be, and another wound slips through. Now, there is no minuses applied because I am a demon, baby! So let's see how many of these I can eke out. I managed to save 1, but fail 2. How much damage? I'm going to do 1 CP here because why not at this point in time? Was not worth it, so that means that I believe that 1 of my fiends is dead right here, but I will just double check. 1 fiend is out of there, and it is the Blade Guard vet, and their chance to strike. How many attacks?
4.
Hitting on 3s, re-rolling.
Yes.
Ooh, good thing that we were re-rolling.
I'm fishing.
You're fishing for those 6s for the lethals. Got 1 lethal, but it did actually drop 2.
It did.
Result. And now you're going to be wounding on your strength 5 with this,
yeah,
aren't
so
you?
it's
So
5s
again. Ooh, not enough to kill the fiend here. And he makes the save 2 with a 5.
I forgot to do my patented underhand roll.
Yeah, which is so successful. Now that means there's going to be 10 attacks coming back into this squad. So I'm going to gather some dice and be right back with the wounds. So here we are with wound rolls. There are 4 saves to make, and Beanie has got his parry ability going on for the Blade Guards, which means he's going to be re-rolling failed saves of 1. It's -2, so that's going to put them up to their 4 up invulnerable, correct?
Yes. How many was it?
4.
4. So 4 4-ups,
yep,
and
4
re-rolling 1s.
Indeed, we see him. Ooh, that is a dead Blade Guard, because they're 2 damage a pop.
Then I shall CP1.
CP 1 of them. That is a dead Blade Guard.
Can't
re-roll, so that is a dead Blade Guard. Not bad at all, taking out the heaviest hitting unit. We've lost 1 elite fighting unit apiece. And going into Beanie's next turn, I will be the defender, so I will be fighting first.
But I can fall back, shoot, and charge of that unit thanks to the lieutenant.
Ah, Criminy Christmas. Okay, so that is the end of the combat over here. No battle shock to take as yet. And that is the end of the Chaos Demons turn 1. Going into Beanie's turn 2. So, Beanie, tell the people at home what you've done in your turn 2 movement.
So, it's Operation No We're Gonna Die. So, the Blade Guard veteran and their brave lieutenant have fallen back a little bit, ready to shoot some pistols and charge back into the doorway and stab some face.
Just gum them up, man.
That's right. This squad has taken a defensive posture around the objective, spread out enough so I can get a few shots down at this squad down here, and hopefully just be a bit more of a gumming of the works.
Yep.
The other intercessor squad at the back have advanced onto the door and opened it, and because they have assault weapons, they're going to be able to shoot a couple of them, which, as we've discussed off camera, I'd only be able to kill the one.
Yes,
but
because
it's something.
Boarding action, just for people who aren't aware, you can only kill what you can see, so once that's gone, there is no other valid target on that one there. But like Beanie says, it's better to kill than not kill anything.
Yes. And then the aggressors have shimmied up a little bit, set themselves back into Overwatch. It's a case of, do you want to come through that door?
I really don't. I really bloody do not want to do that. In the slightest, to be honest. But still, into your shooting phase now. And where do you want to start? With these guys here, or the pistols over here?
Let's go with the pistols.
Cool. So the 2 at the front can see. This guy could also shoot backwards.
Yes.
That one there, so split.
So, yeah, and Oath of Moment, same target.
Onto the Fiends again.
Yes.
Yeah, makes a lot of sense. So you'll be shooting the regular pistol backwards into this group here. Let's just do that first.
Hitting on 3s, 6s are lethal.
Very
So
nice.
hits, wounds on
3s. Very nice indeed. And a 5-up save, or one of my guys gets blatted. Nope, so that is going to pie off the one that is standing in the doorway right there. Ouchie.
Okay. Right, other bolt pistol. It's a
It's a
lethal.
lethal, and this is into the Fiends,
Yes.
isn't it? So it's a 5-up save for the Fiends. Has not made 1 damage apiece.
And now the Volkite, which I believe is only 1 attack, but I'm always surprised when it comes to these things, so...
It does have devastating wounds as well, doesn't it?
It certainly does, but
And
it is
does
1...
2 damage?
Yeah, 1 attack, 2 damage.
Not bad. It's a big hit.
And now it's forced wound.
It's a huge wound, devastating, so it brings it down to 1 wound remaining. Because he had 3 down to 1. Not bad at all there, Bean. And now the shooting from this squad over here, they are only going to be able to kill that one there before it there, so you might as well just fire all your shots into the remaining demonette.
Yes. So, so we figured it out. There's 3,
effectively.
So those 3, and then there's the lieutenant who can see more of the unit.
Yes.
I think. So I'll do the 6 shots of the regular boys. Hitting on 3s, again, lethal hits on 6s because of the lieutenant.
It's another lieutenant, yeah. Ooh, there's one there.
But they did manage to...
Drop a few there. And then it's going to be 3s to wound. 1 more wound coming in, 2 saves, demonettes to make. 1 made, 1 failed, so that is going to kill off. I'll move the closest one out of the way so it feels like you're shooting the bodies away.
That's right, and now it's going to be 2 shots of the mastercrafted bolt gun.
Indeed it is, from the lieutenant onto the squad. 2 hits?
2 hits, yeah, 2 hits, and then 3 to
Threes.
wound.
Nice, 2 saves, 5-ups, invulnerables, neither made, so that is another 2 gone there, leaving only the Instrument of Chaos left. And then the shots from this squad over here.
Yeah, we figured it was 6 shots that are going to be able to hit...
into that one demonette over there, but my god.
3s.
Very nice. No lethals this time
Yeah,
around,
would've been
but
nice.
good.
Okay, and now 3s.
Oh, beautiful stuff.
So 3 wounds.
3 5-up saves to make on her. Oh, she tried,
Yeah,
but unfortunately she died over here. So that is the end of the shooting. Very good indeed. Whittled down 1 squad over here. Going to need to take a battle shock for them later. But the real meat on the bones is going to be the charge back into the Fiends over here.
You know it.
So, as long as you don't make a double one-er onto the thing there.
I'd like to think even at a double 1 I'll be alright.
Here we go. Ah, he's fine with the 10. Okay, so he's straight back on in there, blah, blah, blah. So that still means that because of the 2-inch engagement range, only these 2 will be able to fight the 2 Fiends, but I do fancy your chances.
So the standard thing of being in base to base...
It's basically you count from the model you're fighting on the other side of the hatchway 2 inches backwards, so it's only going to be the front row, effectively, that will ever be able to fight in boarding actions.
Okay, so 5 attacks, hitting on 2s.
Yeah, this Fiend...
Rolling.
Fiend be dead. No lethals yet, but it could happen right now.
Do you still have the -1 to wound here?
At the start of every fight phase, I get to choose, so yes, I will always choose the -1 to wound.
Okay. Time to fish.
Okay, go for those 6s. Love it. And he got one through, and he only dropped 1. That's pretty decent indeed. Then it's going to be 5s to wound.
Yeah.
5s to wound.
Although that roll with the 5s to wound would have been absolutely amazing.
So it is 1 save to make on a 5-up, and he's made it with a 6. Go Slaneshi boy. But there is still the Blade Guard, and he hits with a big lethal. Are you going to fish for them?
Yes.
He's fishing again. He's going for those 6s. And there is another one there, and you do drop 1, but I think that was definitely worth it.
Yeah.
And then it's a 5 to wound on that remaining one. Oh, beautiful, mate. Have you ever seen a man make 3 5-ups?
Yeah,
here?
you many times.
I made 1, which does mean that my leader is alive on a mighty 2 wounds, but the other fiend has been slaughter-roonied. So, this one fiend here gets to fight back and say, ouch, that didn't feel great, brother.
Or did it feel great? Because you
Actually,
are
yeah,
Slanesh.
actually, they're very confusing with that. He did hit you 4 times, which is great, and he's going to be wounding you on 3s coming in against this. He wounds you 3 times, -2 2 damage a pop.
So, again, we will
Rerolling.
the ones, yeah.
Ooh, and he's
Made
made
them
them
all.
all. Absolutely
The
fine.
Emperor protect!
Indeed, he does. So that's the end of the combat here. I will need a battle shock token for that one
Yes,
remaining fiend over here
you
too.
will.
But that is a very good punchback there. The fiends are still in play, but they may not be for much longer. But as we now move into Chaos Demon's turn 2, things may be about to change. Well, 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 he's got 3 wells, but also he's got a plan in mind, and that is to, well, apparently suck and die, because I failed both of my battle shock tests over here with my Fiend and my 1 remaining Slanesh Demonette instrument over here. That means I can't fall back out of combat without doing a desperate escape test, and it means that my plan of falling back and then coming back in again to do some damage is now completely useless. So, the Fiend is going to have to stay in combat, hope that the Demonettes can do the work, and then hopefully clear up what is left afterwards. The Mask of Slanesh has moved around the corner here with the big load of bodies, and we're going to try and take this objective from Beanie and pressure that section over there as well. Obviously, there is no shooting whatsoever, so it comes straight into the charge phase. And unsurprisingly, these guys here are going to charge with a +1 to their charge roll because of the Instrument of Chaos. And they get a mighty 11, so just something tells me that I will be able to get all of my bodies in play over here, which is very nice. I'm just going to move them later because they're spindly, and I'm going to knock them all over with my stupid idiot hands. Charge into this squad over here. Unsurprisingly, in there with a 10. Really rolling high when I really don't need to.
I know, this is not like your normal charges.
And then these guys here are going to charge into that group as well, and they get another 10. Another 9 technically because they don't have the Instrument of Chaos. So they're going to move all the way down here, making way for the Mask of Slanesh to slot right on in, who's going to declare them as a charge unit as well. And 11. I'm rolling the hottest, and that means that my combat's going to go poorly.
I'm very much hoping this is the case.
And another charge straight in against that unit there in front of them with an 8. So they are all in combat. Everyone is doing what needs to be done. And because of my lovely smaller base size, I will be able to get the 2 ranks in against your smelly, horrible Space Marines. So I'm going to move the rest of the boys, and all girls in this case, or they, thems, and then we'll be back in a second. Okay, so I'm actually in a bit of a pickle here because even though I've got a lot of combat options, Beanie does have a stack of CP to pay to interrupt. He could kill my Fiend, he could slay all of my Demonettes over here, or he could make sure that I do not capture that objective. And to be honest, that's the most important thing for me to do, is go for the objective. I may lose these people over here, but will he be able to kill both units? I don't know. So, what we're going to do is this squad of Demonettes, aided by the Mask of Slanesh, because they are going to bless them with a +1 to wound against them. So I'll be hitting you on 3s re-rolling because you're on an objective, wounding you on 3s, which is good. -1 devastating wounds, but only 1 damage a pop.
And,
just going to go into it.
I'm going to pay for the strats that I just looked up,
Yes.
but I need to turn to the page so I don't just say
Yes.
that. Which is going to be in the Emperor's name.
Okay.
So I'm selecting a unit, a Adept as Astartes battle line unit, which
Yep,
is
that's them.
the intercessors, so they can have a 5-up feel no pain.
Oh, that's very good indeed.
For
very
one
good.
whole CP.
Very good indeed. So I'm going to get all of my dice because there is a lot of attacks over here, and I'll be right back. So the first squad of 5 has made their way in against them and managed to do 4 devastating wounds and also 7 regular wounds at -1 that the Beanie now has to save on 4 ups. Ooh,
that's
now
not great.
you've got your 5-up feel no pains because of the Emperori.
In the Emperor's name.
In the Emperor's name, my dude.
Glendale.
Let's see how we do it. No, 1. So that is 1, 2, 3, 4 dead Space Marines. It was definitely worth going there first because that leaves only the Lieutenant and one of his mates left. Not bad at all, friends.
Owie.
Now, would you like to pay 2 CP, your last 2 CP, to interrupt and go over here fighting around the world?
Yes,
Cool.
with the Blade Guard and stuff, because I might as well see how much I can kill off.
Indeed, indeed. So, you've still got the Fiends as your Oath of Moment target, and I'm going to spend 1 CP for a glorious little ability to give you -1 to hit against the Demonettes, because even though I feel like the Fiends is not long for this world, so I just feel like that will help me out.
Yes.
So, please gather some dice and kill my Fiend, basically.
Well, we're going to deal with the Demonettes first.
Oh, is it now? How many people are attacking
So
the...
just the veteran sergeant of the Blade Guard, the guy with the white band on his head.
So hitting on 4s, no re-rolls. And did it pay off? Not really. Okay, so 2 attacks. It's going to be strength. Lots of
5s and
3s. 3s to kill them pretty much. Oh, no wounds!
Well, that was both poo and wee.
But now we go to the Sarge, your Warlord, and the other Blade Guard into the Fiend.
Okay, so 2s, 6s are
Oh,
great.
yeah. I think this Fiend is mucho dead over here. Oh, me, meow.
And now 4s to wound because you didn't put the thing on them.
Yes, it's only 4s to wound. Oh my
So,
god.
5.
5 ups to save him, and oh, what a surprise. He is very, very dead indeed. No, my guy. Okay, so the Fiends are out of there, but that now means that I am free to run rampant with the rest of my squads. So we're going to pile in with the Mask of Slanesh into these guys here and to the other person there. We'll be back with their combat against them. Bye. Okay, so the Demonette on her own managed to wound but did no damage. The Mask of Slanesh managed to hit...
wound 3 times.
Hit and wound 3 times, -1, 2 damage a pop though coming in against these boys here. Oh, damn it, the combat rages on right now. But at least I have taken that objective from you, but I need to clear you out in order to say that you're overrun by chaos. Now I'm going to go with all of these Demonettes into the Blade Guard. I don't fancy my chances, but I'll be back with any wounds. Okay, so this squad over here managed to do 2 devastating wounds and 7 regular wounds against the Blade Guard, so now we're coming back to see how many 4-ups Beanie can make to keep them alive. Ooh, only 1 more slip through, but that's enough to kill 1 Blade Guard. That is a good uphill fight for them. So 1 Blade Guard down, 2 left, and the Warlord, and they have gummed them right up, which is fantastic. So it is now just down to the final combat, which is these 4 Demonettes into that squad over there. Let's see.
And then it's my punchbacks with my...
It's your punchbacks, indeed.
Hooray.
So 1 devastating wound and 3 regular saves of 4 up. Let's see if he gets any through. Ooh, he does.
2 are dead.
Yes, that's a good fight for them. So now it is time for Beanie's punchback. He's already fought over here with the captain, so it is just this lieutenant and his boy going in against the Mask of Slanesh and their bodyguard. Okay,
so time to split some gum.
Now remember, this is a lone operative, so you can target that one exclusively if you wanted to.
I know.
So who are you going to fight?
So I'm going to put the 3 power fist attacks into the mask.
Yep, fair enough.
And then the Sarge is going, the lieutenant is going to go into the 5-man squad.
Beautiful stuff. So let's get the power fists out of the way first, shall we?
So 3 attacks.
Hitting on.
3s, 6s are lethal.
Nice. Ooh.
And then it's going to be 2s to wound.
It will be 2s to wound because I'm only toughness 4. Oh, me meow. Now I've got a 4-up invulnerable save. Let's see if I've got the gumption here. Oh my god, I do not have the
6
gumption.
damage!
What? Ooh, ooh.
So it's a dead mask.
Could I save it if I make a re-roll? Let's find out. The Mask of Slanesh has 4 wounds remaining, so even a save could not save them. So the Mask of Slanesh is out of there. Dang it, all the prancing around did not help, and now it's your other person's attack into the other Demonettes.
So it's going to be 5 attacks.
Indeed, it will be.
It's gone 2s, 6s
Indeed.
of underbar.
Ooh, and then strength
to wound.
3s to wound, yeah.
Because it's basically a Mastercrafted power sword, but it's just a changed sword that you made as a bayonet.
Nice. Okay, so 3 saves, 5 ups into the girls. Made 1, failed 2, so 2 of them fall back into the chaos wastes.
Well, I am shocked that anything's alive.
That's
and,
not bad at all.
And over here, I think, is 2 of them, or is it just the 1 of them that can fight?
It's the 2 that are here, this side, that can fight. So not the power fist, but the 2 regular guys.
6 attacks, hitting on 3s.
Not bad.
And then 3s to wound.
Indeed it will be.
Ceramite gloves, punching face.
So 2 saves. Neither made, so both are gone from the back over here. So that was a pretty devastating punch back against me, and some battle shock to potentially take in the next round for that one and that one there. So yeah, pretty good battle shock potentially for this squad too. And technically, you're at half strength with that one there, so I need to kill 1 more before he starts getting rattled. So that is the end of the fight phase for me. So now it goes into Beanie's turn 3s. Ooh. So here we are at the end of Bean's turn 3 movement. He passed his battle shock test over here and fell back with the boy and the Sarge. And the Warlord has also done the same thing because he can fall back, shoot and charge, and that is pretty rough for me. So now we move into his shooting phase. Both of these guys can see this squad, and both of these guys can see everyone. So please, Beanio, do some shooting.
Okay, so the first, the heavy bolt pistol of the singular Blade Guard veteran.
Into the squad here. He hits.
Wounds on a 3.
He wounds. And does he kill? He does kill. Blats off one of these demonettes over here.
And now the lieutenant. He hits.
Big hit. And a big wound. Oh, and a save of... No! Okay, so that's another one gone there. Okay, next up.
So now on to the lieutenant and the sergeant over there.
Intercessors.
I guess it's exactly the same. So they are going to put their attacks... they are going to split fire.
Whoa! Okay.
Oh yeah, I haven't done my
Oath of Moment.
So the Oath of Moment target's going to be those 3.
Yep, cool. Did you just spike yourself really hard?
Yeah. Stupid, pointy Slanesh.
Amazing. Okay, yeah, so Oath of Moment onto these guys here. They're going to shoot them first, are they?
Good point. Like, because I've Oath of Momented them, I might be able to kill them with Dakaruno.
And that's the thing. If you can kill them with your 4 shots, because he's still an intercessor with shoots twice effectively, total annihilation.
Yeah, because they have to target the same unit to do that. So yes, good point.
Just kill the squad with the most bodies in.
Okay, so 3s re-rolling, 6s are sexy.
Indeed, they are. Very nice indeed.
Very sexy.
No re-rolls needed on that one, and 3s to wound.
Okay, 3s to wound.
And then it is 3 saves of 5 ups. Not a single made, so that's the squad gone.
Good.
Blech. Okay, so that is them out of there.
They're shooting pistols in combat.
Indeed they are. Pistols through the doorway. Hits twice.
And then 3s.
2 more. 1 saved, 1 failed, so 1 is left alive over here.
Well, fair play to the intercessors today. They have really shown up.
Yeah, it's pretty dang good, I'll tell you that much. Okay, so now it is time for the charge phase, and are you bringing the thunder over here?
I am. So the lieutenant and the Blade Guard veteran are coming into the squad of 3.
Yep, okay, fair enough.
And on a 4, they should be fine.
Oui.
Hello.
He...
And then those 2 are going to run into the squad of 1.
Indeed. On a 7, they are definitely in there. Lovely stuff, mates.
They're going to... As a bulwark.
Ah, I like it. Make sure that there is no gaps whatsoever on that. So, it is now time for the fight phase over here. So, where would you like to fight first?
So I'm going to fight the squad of 3 first, because I feel they can do a lot more damage.
Yeah, for sure, for sure.
So 5 attacks, hitting on 2s, no rerolls.
No rerolls. I'm going to pay for the 1 CP to -1 from your hit roll. I feel it's probably worth me doing it here.
Okay, so I'm going to use the Blade Guard veteran ability, but the other version of it.
Which is reroll 1s to hit, something like that?
It is, but I just need to check. Would that apply to, so You can select one of the following 2 models in this unit. So yeah, I had to reroll 1s then.
Cool. So he's hitting on 2s, re-rolling 1s anyway, effectively.
Yes.
Hitting on 3s, re-rolling 1s in
Yes.
this case.
So.
Ooh, did not even help me in the slightest, and there's a lethal already in the mix.
And then
3s to wound. Okay, so 3 in total so far. 5 up saves to make. Not a single one. That is the squad wiped straight away. Those 5 up saves are a cruel mistress.
Sometimes you actually pump up the jam, and sometimes you get slapped.
Just not. Okay, so then it's going to be your 2 guys over here into the main hallway.
Power fist, hitting on 3s.
Ooh,
there's a lethal.
That's pretty good.
And then 2s to wound.
That is 3 saves, 5 ups, and what a surprise, none made there. So that is the room cleared once more of demonic incursion, apart from the 1 demonette that is over here that is going to fight into the squad of intercessors. So let's see how many wounds she makes, if any. May not have had many hits, but she hit hard with a devastating and 1 regular, so 1 save at 4 up. Oh, was hoping to kill another one, but that's just 1 devastating wound, and now these boys will be able to fight back against her. So here we go with the intercessors punching back. Oh me, oh my. Oh me, oh my.
3s.
Ooh, okay, so 3 5 ups to keep my...
Easy.
They tried, but they died. So that is the full group there. That's a lot of dead bodies that are in the mix for the Chaos Demonettes over here, but all is not lost. They are weakened. If I can potentially get over through there, kill those 2 guys there, I will control that, and it will be the end of the turn, and that means it will be gone. And then I just need to worry about how to take the other objectives over there.
Come take this one.
But we will see as we now move into my turn 3. Okay. Things are getting desperate over here. I've only got 2 squads left of demonettes, and I've had to play my once per game stratagem of being able to phase through walls in order to get this squad over here. They are now still eligible to do a charge against them. It's a 6-inch charge because it's a 7, but +1 because of the instrument of chaos that they have there. If I can get them in there, if I can just do anything to tie up that squad there and reduce their capabilities, it means that controlling this objective in this room will be far easier. But first, I've got to work through this squad. So they are going to be my charge. My charge is going to be declared against them. And what a surprise, I'm in there with a 9. And we're going to loop all the way around just to make sure that we can get out of the range of any potential flameroonies that come over there.
According to the rules, you aren't allowed to do that. You have to charge only in a straight line, if you remember.
No, you are correct.
And then if you have already tagged them, you can then not pile in, which I really hate, because I miss playing the game Wrap and Trap.
That's fine. So they've charged in there, that's absolutely great, and then these guys here are going to declare their charge against their 6-inch charge into them, and they're in there with a 9. So, boom, straight into the face of your Sarge. Right, so I'm going to move all of them a little bit better and be right back. So here we go, all the charges made. It is time for some juicy combat, and I'm going to start with, even though I know that he can pay to interrupt over here, but he only has 2 and he needs to spend it over there. So in that case then, I will be going over here with this squad straight into them, and I believe that Beanie's paying 1 CP for In the Emperor's Name for the 5
I am.
invulnerable.
5 up, feel no pain.
Oh, 5 up, I feel no pain. Beautiful
Even
stuff.
better.
So I get to re-roll all hits against these guys here because of the fact you are on an objective, and then we'll see what we get with those devastating wounds. Okay, so I got 5 through regular and 3 devastating. So it's going to be 5 saves, a 4 up to start with. That's a great start for me. And now it's going to be them plus 3 more? Yeah, 3 more. So 6 in total.
Is, if I fail all of these, they're dead.
Oh, beautiful stuff. Beautiful stuff indeed. But he's made it with
1 wound.
So his sergeant is alive with 1 wound remaining. Gosh dang it. But still, that is a huge amount of punch taken out of that unit there. So it's going to be into this squad, into the Blade Guard. Let's see if they can do something similar. Okay, so over here we got 5 regular wounds and 2 devastating that Beanie needs to make. 4s to begin with. Oh, that's enough for a dead Blade Guard right right there.
And then, yeah, so it's 5 wounds in total, so the...
And they don't have a feel no pain, because this is just straight into them, so 5 wounds.
Yeah, so it's a dead blade guard. And then the Sarge... the lieutenant is on 3 wounds.
Beautiful.
So basically, I've got 2 lieutenants stood fighting a horde of demons.
I mean, the law would say that this is very, very appropriate.
It is.
So that's the end of my fighting, but it's now time for Beanie's punch back. And where do you want to go, my friend?
So, going to start with the regular lieutenant with the chainsword blade.
Beautiful stuff. And now, what's he hitting on?
2s.
2s, and how many attacks has he got?
5.
So he's got more attacks than this guy, hasn't he?
No, they've both got the same.
They're
both
5.
lieutenants.
Which squad do I want to survive more? I'm going to spend the 1 CP for -1 to hit against these guys here.
So hitting on 3s.
Hitting on 3s. May work out. And it did.
Twice.
Okay, and then this is going to be 3s to wound.
Ooh, only the 1.
And... Oh, I thought I made it too.
So
That would be beautiful. So that's going to be 1 demonette dead over here. So it's now moving into the other squad of 5 over here. Oh, that was good. That was very, very good. And then it's going to be 3s. Oh, that was very good.
Yes.
So 4s. It's 4 saves to make.
Yeah.
I make 1, fail 3, so that is 3 of my demonettes down. Not great, but still we're hanging on, and they're both going to need to take a battle shock test in the beginning of the next phase because they are wound dead. So, that is the end of the fight phase over here. We now move into Beanie's turn 4, and even though he has a superior advantage with manpower, it's still all to play for. So let's cross some fingers and some talons. Well, something dramatic just happened here, because even though the stomping of the aggressors should have been putting an absolute Quakeroony in my booterinis, over here Beanie did tried to escape because his character was battle shocked. He rolled a 1, and you can't spend a CP to reroll it because he was battle shocked. So I have killed somehow one of his lieutenants by doing very little. Still, he has more movement to do. So here we are at the end of Beanie's movement phase. He's put his boys into the room of death, because this has basically been the only area we filmed this entire battle report.
It's been great, isn't it, for the shots?
It has been good. So that means now that it's just time for Beanie to absolutely obliterate the remainder of my demonette forces. I've only got 4, 5, 6 models on the table, and he's got a full round of shooting and charging and fighting to do.
And thanks to target elimination,
it's going to be double the amount of shots here.
Yeah, so it's going to be 12 bolt shots and D3 shots from the grenade launcher that's on the guy in the middle.
Yep, it's not looking good, but that's what we got to deal with. Oh man, oh man.
Okay, let's do this.
Sure.
And the Oath of Moment target is going to be them.
Sure.
It's the bigger unit.
Yeah, sure.
Okay, so 3s, re-rolling.
And I can't even use my -1 to hit here because of the fact that it's only applicable in combat. Oh my god, there's so many 6s. It's so gross.
I'm playing Imperial Fists, aren't I?
Yeah,
so, you know, my dice want to remember.
That's a lot of wounds. How many am I looking at there?
That would be 11
4, 5,
wounds.
6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 wounds. 11 5-up saves to make. And what a surprise. They did try.
Tried hard.
But unfortunately, that squad is gone. Oh, yeah. So now it is just down to the pistol of the sergeant, your warlord. And that's pretty much it.
He hits.
He hits. Does he wound? He does.
Devastating wound, so another is dead.
Kills that one there. So it's just my instrument of chaos left in the entire demonic incursion.
Charging the intercessors.
Yep, here we go.
Yeah, they're in. And charging the lieutenant. Oh, surprisingly, he is also in on a 10.
Oh, damn it. No, no, just leave them alone. Okay, so in combat here, I am going to spend the 1 CP for the -1 to hit, because let's face it,
why not?
I may survive. You never know at this point in time.
Ooh. Okay, so 5 attacks, hitting on 3s then.
Yes. Okay. And then it's going to be 3s. Oh, dear me. 2 there, and this is the final roll of the game. And they are dead. Oh, no. The demonic incursion has been completely obliterated. The room of death, now miles high with bodies. Just like, oh my God, what an absolute bloodbath. And the best person in the entire army, MVP of the day, it's these guys over here. They did absolutely nothing. And it's quite alarming. You didn't even need to engage them in order to deal with my glass cannon approach that I had over here.
I think it was being able to hold that door against those fiends and just being able to stand there going, we've got big shields.
The thing is that like my plan was that if any of them survived over here, I was going to bum rush through, make use of my army rule to roll the dice and hope I don't roll a 1 or 2, and just take one objective, but I didn't even get to take that one there, because the might of the Imperium was just too strong. But that was a great boarding actions from start to finish. It's just so fun, man. It's so silly. Let us know what you thought about it down in the comment section below. Which armies would you like us to bring next time? Put it down there and we'll see if we've got them in our musty, dusty tomes. But thank you very much for watching and supporting the channel. Really appreciate it here. And thank you for GW for sending us over this amassed over the last couple of years. The Kill Team terrain and the lovely boarding actions book over there. But until next time, my friends, if you want to follow us on the social medias, you can follow Beanie over on Instagram at
Beanie40K and Blue Sky.
Oh, and Blue Sky,
for some reason.
And you can follow me over on Blue Sky at RetroJ, but the O is a 0. Hope to see you over there, and we'll hope to speak to you soon. Bye!